Hello, we are going to do the exercise related with the Oranda or King fish. I have here the scheme that I'm going to draw in 2D, so this will be the first video. Then the second part I will make this in 3D as surface using mainly Sweep 2, and the third video I will do this using a flat plane, and by using the rebuild and the control points I will try to model. After that, if the video is too long, I will make a fourth one where we apply and create some final effects on this fish. Okay, so first things first, I've opened a template. Nevertheless, I'm going to show you in the render properties under annotation style all the configurations regarding the annotation. Okay, so these are the annotations. What I did, I created a new one called P design. The model space scale, it's 1. So the dimension that I measure here is the one I get. It's not, this is a multiplication factor. Now, scale for all sizes. Now let us start with the font. I'm using Oswald that you can get from Google's font. I'm using in bold. The height is 0.85 and the text gap is this space between this line at the beginning of the text is going to be 0.05. Now text, I'm using as default left alignment in terms of horizontal, and vertical a middle one. Text fit will be inside these lines, and I will turn off horizontal to view. Okay, so dimensions on both inline, horizontal, and then I'm going to put all of this 0.35 except this center mark size that is going to be 0.05, or if you want to see it, you can put 15 as maximum, okay, for the type of drawing that we are making. Now arrows, I like to use an open arrow. The arrow size 0.35. I can eventually decrease it to 25 or 15. It depends how you want this to look like. Leather arrowhead, also 0.35. If I drop this down, I will drop also this one. So length units, I'm using model units. Length factor 1, linear resolution 2 decimal places. Okay, round off 0. Okay, with these decimals. Angular, I'm using decimal degrees. Angular resolution also 2 decimal places, 0.01. Round up 3 places. Okay, so in this Mac, I just do it. I don't have to update, nothing. If I'm in Windows, I should do an OK or update or save. It depends on the version. So now I'm going to draw this in the top view. So I'm going to double click, and I know that I have a rectangle 26 by 20. So I start here in the layers. I have these default ones, I don't like them, I'm going to delete. Then I'm going to create 4, and I'm going to call them auxiliary 1, 2, 3, and 4. So aux 1, change name or double click. Okay. Aux 2, double click. Sometimes it doesn't allow it because either I'm going fast or some other reason, or I have a command opened. Okay, so aux3. Now I also will have another one called dim for dimensions, another one that will be text, and I will have nodes white, W, and I also will have nodes black. Okay. So nodes white, I have to change the color to white. Text and dimension are black. Auxiliary 1 and 2, I'm going to put first one red, the second one an orange for the time being. The third I'm going to get a green, and auxiliary 4 I'm going to get a dark blue or bright blue. Okay, so for the moment this will be enough. Okay, so on the default one I'm going to turn on my grid snap, so I will jump over my grid every unit. Snap, it's on, so I can use my special points. Gumball I don't want, and filter, let me check, they are all selected, so it's irrelevant for the moment. Rectangle, as I was saying, so starting here, now we can count 10, 20, and then 6 if you want to, or you can go here and write at, that is from the last point, this one. I'm going to move 26 units in X by 20 and in Y direction. Okay, so here I have. I'm going to explode it. And now I'm going to make offsets or just lines. In this case, I'm going to use lines. So the first one I have 10, so 10 units. Then I have 8, 8. So this is easy. 10 minus 2, 8. Okay, so the other ones are ready. If I want to check, I can dim a line or horizontal from here to here, give some space, at least 3 units down, 10, 8, 8. So these 3 are okay. And then I will have 10 more units. Okay, so if this is the darker one, so from this to this I know that there are 10. They are leaving 4, so if I count 1, 2, 3, 4 to this, I will get 10. Okay, so I need another rectangle in default layer from here to there, and I'm going to explode it, and now I have here 2 lines. Okay, so select one and delete. Now, I also know from top to bottom, I have 10 units, so this is the darker, 10 it's here, then it goes down 4 units, then another 3 units. So let us put on dimension, dim, a line. Okay, I could put horizontal or vertical. I'm using a line because it will be a line according to the 2 points that I'm giving. As I'm giving horizontal and vertical points, they will be exactly the same, but I will always using 1. Now, from here up, I need to add 4 more units. So done this, I'm going to draw a line, go again to default, from here to this direction, and then move down. Okay, so this is this upper one. Now I also have here this mark for units, so I'm going to mark it. We will use this later to move the tangency of this curve. That's why there is 4 units there. So dim align, from here I'm going to count to 4, mark it, so the point will be there. Now if we look also to the eye of the fish, okay, we see that we have from here to here 5 units, from here to here 3 units. So I'm going to mark them in dimension. So dim align 3 units, 1 to 3 and 1 to 5. Okay, how do I know it? 3 plus 3 are 6, 6 minus 1 is 5, so it's easy to do it. Point, default one, again, I'm going to make here a crossing from these 2 directions. Okay, so I have the point there. It's a point that I'm calling age. So I will go to the black notes and I will write dot. I'm going to use age. In class I use height 18. Here I think I can use 12, and I also like a lot Oswald, so I will put Oswald, otherwise you can put Arial or another one. Apply this point, so I have age point there. Now I have to do 2 circles, radius 1.5 and 2, so circle under this intersection 1.5, enter, another there 2, so the eye is done. Now I have to start drawing this fish. Some of the letters I already recognize, they are in white, so I'm going to put the major ones in white. So I will put dot, I will have A, capital one, it's always easier to read, A, dot A is there. This means that F or fox is on the lower part. Now I see eventually with the video these letters might be too small, so I'm going to increase the size from 12 to 16. Well, we can see better. Eventually I will left, although it's slightly big, but the intention is that you are able to see it, and I will copy it. Okay, so HAF, and now I'm going again, notes, and I'm going to put G. Dot G or golf. Golf is going to be here. That is going to be our I forgot. I have to apply 16 here instead of 12. So G is here. Now at the moment I cannot find N, so I'm going to this one. I'm going to move it slightly to the side. Okay, and now the other point. So returning dot Romeo. There will be a B Bravo, and besides Bravo there will be a D Delta. 3, and then we will have here 2 units, so line this one 2 units from this point there, this point up, and I'm going to apply again the dimension, dim a line, so we'll see that 2 units. Okay, if we can go here to render properties, annotation, under font text, let me change it to 75. Like this, they are slightly smaller and we could see it nicer. So we have J here, we have I, India, here, and we shall do this one. I've put it in orange, so I can change it to magenta. Okay, so I will have this magenta here from A to B, and this means that this point is C. So let us put the point's name in white, dot A C, C is here, Y from India there. We will have echo E, and we will have J or Juliet there. We have Fox. We need here another one that we were not able to find it yet. We have B, and let's look at the end, and we shall have K and L. So dot K kilo, not there, kilo and Lima. Now got the black ones. Dot, we have P, U, and V. So from top to bottom, V, P, Papa, U, I don't remember the word. These are done, so let's go here. Dot, we have O, Oscar, here in this level. Then we'll have S from Sierra, and we shall have T from Tango here. Okay, let's put an auxiliary line, so the middle that goes from C and crosses this will give us T. Now I'm going to remove this grid, so I'm going to write grid, and I'm going to put off. I'm going to erase also this axis, but I will keep this one, the world size. And I'm going to do this just for this one. Okay, so it's clear. And now I'm going to start drawing these red ones. So we can start from the bottom and then upper. So the blue one, we have from G to F, and this is an ellipse. ellipse, the center is Oscar, Fox, Golf. We can trim this, and it goes from G to F to E. And then we have another ellipse here and another here. So for this one, the center is in P, Papa, Echo, Delta, trim, and then I have another ellipse, U, L, V. Okay, so we have this. I'm not joining the segments. I will do later. For the moment, I'm just doing the segments. Okay, so let's make this. This is an ellipse or an arc, as you prefer. I'm going to do an arc. It's going to be red. Center is V. So from Kilo to Bravo. After that, I will have a curve and a counter curve. And I will have this one that is an ellipse from Tango to Charlie to Romeo. I shall extend this line till it reaches here, so I can trim this and this. Okay, so I have this element. I will leave left this to the end, so we will go there. Now I need this. It's another ellipse that starts in O, Oscar, starts in G and finishes in A. So trim this and this, here, there, and then this one. Point N is going to be this intersection, so I will do my last ellipse, center in Sierra, N, and it goes to R, Romeo. Click here, N is the pole, so okay, so I do this. Now, when I click in this, you can see that the tangency line is there. So I click on the curve point and I drag it to the 4 unit. So it gets slightly curved or deformed, okay? So now I only have this one. So to do this, what I'm really doing, and I'm going to change here the line type. So I have continuous, and I'm going to put hidden, apply. Now, as you can see, it's too big, so I can go to render properties, and let me find here line types. We are at hidden, and we can do two things. Okay, so either we scale this value globally, or we specify that this path, this distance, every 2 units, it's going to be changed. Now, as I only have this line to be faster, I will do it here. I'm going to put 0 dot or comma 35. Wait. So click. It's still too big. Line types. Oh, it didn't do it. Okay, so I'll do like this. 20. Enter. It's not doing, so I will go to this one. 0, 35, 0, 35. Okay, see? Smaller. Now I'm going to draw an arc, and I'm going to use a traditional way to find these intersections. So I will create an arc starting in alpha with the opening till Charlie. I will rotate this more than 60 degrees. Then I will repeat on the other side, centering Charlie, opening in A, and these two will intersect. This will be M1. I will do the same here. And there. Okay, so I have M1 and M2. I'm going to put the notice dot M1 here in the intersection, M2 on the other intersection, and finally I will draw the arc centering M1 from A to Charlie and from M to Charlie Bravo. Okay, and this part of the drawing is finished. So we have drawn all of this. Now I'm going to draw the other part. Okay, now what I'm going to start we can also do here the smile. So for the smile, it's more unconventional one. I'm going to choose this one, control point curve, or if you go curve, freeform, control point, sorry, not control point, curve, interpolated points. Okay, so I'm going to do this one, and now I can create here a smile, just clicking twice, and I have to go to blue one. Okay, so our fish has a nice smile because it's happy to be doing this. Now again, layer, default one, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do half of this fish. So I'm going to start building this now. More or less randomly, because I'm using this grid that I've turned off, so I can make here a line, so I know the lower part, and then go from this to here, no matter if it is upper or no, because now I can do this. So this will be the limit. I can trim this. So okay, so I have the center line of this one. Now I need to do an offset that is a parallel line, distance 1 from this point there, from this point to the other side, and then 5 plus 5. So again, offset 5 units, 5 units. Perfect. Now a line, so I'm going to drag this from N. Oh, we forgot to draw N. So dot N pal here in the intersection. Okay, no. Default one, let us continue. So from Nepal height, I'm going to draw here a line. Now the line is done. So after this one, we need also this. So 3 units here. Okay. We need this 4th one here. And okay. When we need another also 1 unit. So now I'm going to put here some dimensions. Dim align. So I'm having 5 by 5. 5 by 6 and 12. Here I will have 1 by 1, 30. These are because I forgot this point here. Okay, so perfect. This is not correct. The height should be lower, so I can move this and this from this point to this one. Yes. And now I'm going to trim off all this part. Okay, so now it's correct. Line 1 unit here. And now I can dim align. Okay, so this to this 1 unit, this to this 9, this to this will be 4, dim align from this to this 3, from this to this one 3, and the final one will be 10. Okay, so the same we have there. Perfect. Now I'm going to trim with this and this in order to remove what is overcome this part. So perfect. Now I'm going to do these crossings here. So line, these diagonals. I'm going to do this one with shift key. I can put there. I'm going to extend to this point. I'm going to draw another diagonal here, and I think I have the majority of the stuff. Perfect. So all these points. Now what am I going to do next? So I will start doing the fish from this tail to the head or to the nose. Now for the nose, we need to draw a line from N down, straight down. Let me see if it is the N. Oh, N is here. Okay, so the pole point is not this one, the PowerPoint in reality is this. So my line is from here down. And I'm going to have another Nepal, but this time a pink one. And I will have a black Nepal here in this intersection. And I need to go from this here. Okay, that's my Nepal point. So if I make dots, black Nepal, white Nepal with the white one, and then here I'm going to have B and B. So as B is the same level as N, I'm just going to put the D one. So dot D. Okay. In this case, I'm going to have A here, A will be here, and I will have S in both sides, and this S, if it is outside, will be white, and on the inside I'm going to put black. Okay, these are just to help us focus. Okay, now the points that I'm going to use to make these, I'm going to put numbers instead of letters. Okay, we need also one extra line from this point here to make this ellipse, and we will need a G point here. Dot G, and we'll have two black G's. Like this, perfect. Okay, everything is right. Now for the centers I'm going to use black, so 1, I did put it here in the middle, so I have to do this line from this intersection, shift up, line from this intersection, shift up, extend down this and this, enter, dot 1, 1 means first center, 1, 1, it will be there, move, it doesn't want, so I will do it again, big point, intersection, center 2, center 2. So when we draw the ellipse, the first point I insert is the center, and white. Then I do center one, and I'll do the radius. And the first radius, then the second radius. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It means that eventually I can change this to number 4. Okay, so 4, 3, and then I will use the S to finalize it. Okay, so everything done. Now just do the sections. So I'm going to do a red one for here, for the tail. So ellipse from the center, we forgot to mark it, to D and to this point. Now a green one, I'm going to do ellipse, G white, G black, and white. And I'm going to trim off the lower part, so I have this upper one. I will call again the same command, G white, G black, and black. I'm going to trim also this, so I will have here a 2 segment ellipse join. Now I'm going to join this one and this one. Okay, so this has been joined. Now for the other side, I'm going to do, it will be blue. I'm going to do an arc. Okay, here this will be the center from A to A. Then I'm going to do this ellipse. Ellipse 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to trim off what I don't want. Okay, now this part 4, 3, S, trim, and finally ellipse and S and this lower one. Trim, erase this. I'm going to mirror this and this from this X point, and now I'm going to join these segments all together. Okay, so our fish in 2 dimension is finished.